This is day 3 of 100 stadiums in 100 days. Today is our very first college football Saturday and the biggest day of our entire trip for a lot of different reasons. Number 1, this is LSU at Clemson. Two teams that have national championship aspirations going head to head. 2, from my previous content, I have been put on a trespass notice at the University of Clemson. I received a waiver to go make this video. This will be the first time in this page's history we have ever posted anything from Clemson. And 3, it's college football Saturday, baby. We've had some great tailgates at NC State, Wake Forest, but being on a Saturday, having the full day ahead of us, there is no excuses for this not to be possibly the best tailgate we go to of the entire trip. I'm currently at my hotel in Winston-Salem. We have a 3-hour drive ahead of us to get to Clemson. I don't think you can get to anything like this too early. We gotta leave right now. We're not even taking the time to make a fast food stop before we go into the game today. That's gonna have to be for a late night stop post-game. But what we are finally doing is actually getting some Clemson gear. We're actually in Greenville right now. Clemson is such a small town, it can't be trusted, but I assume at least half the people that live here are Clemson fans. Let's try to get some of their gear. First thing we see is South Carolina. Thought we had a nice lightweight polo, but not quite. No. Sky Zone. Mercer, you gotta be kidding me. Tennessee, I think we just saw every orange college football team except Clemson. All right, this is the closest thing I found that fits me. This is for a high school basketball team, and it's almost 10 years old. But it's the right color and the right logo. I think we gotta count it. First cop of the trip for the win. I should have left more time. All of the biggest college towns, hardest places in the world to park. Parking debacle has been solved. The bad news is I think this is a shuttle zone, more or less. Most people here probably got bussed in, but I did not pay for parking, so we always take that. We have about 3 hours until kick. I drove by so many tailgate scenes, I don't even know where to start. This isn't like NC State where everything's right by each other. The good thing though is we have a buddy that some of you may know, some of you may not, that frequents Clemson games pretty often that's gonna show us around. This Clemson Water Tower is kind of my North Star right now. I think this is our time. Yeet! One spot to go. We got probably an hour and a half.
If you're tailgating in Clemson right now, the stadium's right over there, so this lot right here, you're gonna find some crazy shit. If you keep walking down this road, you're gonna find some crazy shit. If you go downtown, which is behind you, you're gonna find some crazy shit. There's a lot of, the atmosphere is unreal right now.
Can I get a sports take too?
Well, if you want to take for right now, 1, Florida State's up 17-7. The ACC's back. Alabama washed. DeBoer, maybe not a good coach. 2nd, Clemson's gonna win by double digits today. I feel confident. Defensive line is unreal. Not worried really at all, but at the same time, a little worried.
So one part about the trespass notice that I didn't get into in the intro is I'm not allowed on campus until 5, and I have to leave an hour after the game at the latest. I think I'm all right, but let's just cross our fingers I don't cross a cop that knows me and is having a bad day. I was gonna park in this grass with everybody else, but I don't even know how they got in here. Where's the entrance to this place? We made it to the ACC network trucks. That tells me we gotta be pretty close to the action. What's going on in the back seat here? Got some Tiger loving? I'll let you guys go. Nice little soccer field shot before we reach our final destination. This is actually a really good looking soccer field. If I cross over this line right here, I'm probably screwed. I think we're good over here though. It's 4:45 right now. Everyone's telling me that I'm way underestimating how early I should be in the stadium.
I would say you probably have to get in there for a 7:37 game, probably at 6:45. And I'm just saying that because the pregame ritual is something you probably cannot miss at Clemson.
This sounds like the most extensive pregame rituals I've ever heard. I thought we already had not enough time to tailgate. We definitely don't now. Got our drink, even though it's still in the Wake Forest koozie from the other day. Got a few different interactions, learned a few different things, and now we're on our way to the right spot. This frat party looks insane. I'll crash one of them at one point. Just today's not the day. I was just talking to Nick about this, but I keep looking at my own shirt. How did they not get copyright infringement for this? Same color, same logo, like an hour away from the university. One thing I've learned that's very different about a tailgate down south versus a tailgate in the north, it's a lot less about the individual setups and a lot more about just packing in as much people as you can into the same area. We're going around here. People got nice tables, nice spreads, a lot of good food, but really nothing that's standing out to me. Oh, this is an LSU Tiger. Did someone bring this all the way from Louisiana? That is one of the most college football things I have ever seen.
Don't drop Jesus.
I still don't, you're on video right now, this ain't a picture. You're on video.
Hold on, we need a picture. We're over here in
Clemson, South Carolina. We're at a pretty nice community college. Not legit. ACC's fraudulent. SEC's the truth. Go Tigers, national champions.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Lee Corso picked us. Obviously, we're going to win. Lynn Kiffin, you're a I hate you.
This really seems like the best spot to get content, but we have about 45 minutes we gotta get in the game, and I'm not getting through that line. These inflatable Tigers are the hottest commodity at the entire tailgate. One thing I picked up very quickly, at almost every tailgate, you will find an emergency vehicle of some sort that is branded for the team. Check the door, walk on challenge style. I'm tempted. There's the bag in there though, I can't. You're telling me that you drove this from the Atlanta area to Omaha, Nebraska.
JK right there owns it. He and I were roommates. I was at Georgia Tech in grad school at the time, and he was at Georgia State. And we got it in Dunwoody, and just outside Atlanta, $3,500.
$3,500 for
but
that.
It wasn't painted up or anything yet. It was just an antique sitting there.
Did the paint cost more than the truck?
Yeah. It cost $4,000, and he ended up putting about $10,000 in the engine, but that was much later. The thing is, with $8,000 in it, we took it to Omaha in 2002 for the College World Series, where the Gamecocks knocked us out in the semifinals by beating us twice. So it kind of sucked, but that was like, I think gas was like $1.50 a gallon back then, so it wasn't too bad.
So if this is in 2002, how long you been trucking with this thing?
Oh, well, he lives around here now. Come with me, I'll show you something in the back.
Okay.
Right there.
I go to a bunch of tailgates. One of my favorite things is getting a draft handle attached to whoever you can.
He's starting to get a little worried about underagers coming and getting it, because back then we were, 25?
Right.
Now we're 50-something, and we got shit on the line. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate you. We were just talking about not having that many unique setups around here. I might eat a little bit of crow on that. This could be the worst driving situation I've ever seen in my life. We're not even on a road going through a whole tailgate. I don't know if it's Southern hospitality or people trying to clear out their coolers before they go into a game. Just walking around, someone comes up to me, you look like you need a drink. I gotta fill this koozie up somehow, right? You know what arena is named after a person that sounds like it's definitely not named after a person? Little John Coliseum. We just passed 6:30. People are still coming in pretty fast here. They were in line. This is an early arriving crowd. It was right here where we found our way to walk-on challenge glory last time. This right here is one of my favorite college football views I've ever shot. Look at this, man. That's beautiful.
42, a legendary Frank Power. He said it had mystical powers.
He said that I have magic powers. I don't know about that. But I'll tell you what. I have seen magic.
Taking a quick break from the game and actually having some room to walk, talk, and breathe in the concourse, I've come to the conclusion I don't really love this setup at Clemson. The crowds, the traditions, that's all been great. I don't want this taken the wrong way. It's just this whole section up here. What are we doing? First, we have our sections identified by 3 letters, which just feels overly complicated. Second, I got kicked out of my seat because within those sections, they have the odd numbers on one side and the even numbers on the other side without really explaining it at all. You'll know how many stadiums we've been to. I can't think of one time I've seen that. Even if I wanted to show other sections to show the whole stadium's not that bad, I can't do it. We came in over this way. This whole bridge just goes to the other side of this upper deck. It does not go down to the lower bowl at all. And all the concessions up here aren't that good and have a really long line. And sure, people are gonna say you get what you pay for, but this is a $300 get-in. I think that the bare minimum, that should be enough to see the whole stadium.
How long are you staying for?
I got a trespass notice, bro. They're not gonna let me do that.
Oh, really?
I'm going to 100 stadiums in 100 days. Today's day number 3. What's up, man? Thank you.
Madison Square Garden, baby.
Yeah, they can't suck it for sure. Yeah, take care, guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. This is what we're working against, guys. I'm trying my best out here. This is why I really appreciate you guys that are here right now. It ain't easy breaking this mold. I'm trying hard. Favorite Clemson player of all time? Who you guys got?
So, my favorite Clemson player of all time is probably Travis Etienne Travis Etienne.
Mine is probably CJ Spillers or K Klubnik.
I love how any little kid thinks anyone with even a small following on YouTube is the coolest person ever. One of my favorite parts of the gig. That's something crazy to me. How many people are watching this game on the TV this close to the stadium? I get the whole part about saving a buck, but they're hearing everything before it happens on TV. Getting spoiled that much would be the bane of my existence. This one's game right here. Gotta catch it in real time. Time to take that long walk out of here for the first loss of the season. And that end of the game means we are on the clock to get off campus.
Go! Who's your real Death Valley?
See you, Clemson, until November 2027. Unless I can get another waiver. This looks so awful and they still have so long to go. I would have wished this on my worst enemy. Holy hell. I don't see this place not being a shit show anytime soon. At least it does look live around here. I will get Clemson that. The streets just flooded. This is where all the bars are at too though. Given the circumstances, this has to be the worst meal I have. I usually don't like Jimmy John's that much anyways. I think there's a lot of better sub places. On a bench right here, waiting 30 minutes for this. Still waiting to get out of Clemson. Not in the best spot. I'm just so ready to crush it and get back to my hotel that looking at traffic right now, still might be a little bit. Playtime's over. It is 1 in the morning now. It is still an absolute mess around here. And in a good way on the streets, you want it to look like this after a game day, but getting out of here, traffic is still backed up pretty bad. We're getting to our hotel right now because we have to be in Cameron at 1 p.m. And thankfully, our stop on Monday, UNC TCU, is basically in the same city. So once we get there, at least we're done driving for at least a couple days. You have got to be kidding me. This game ended so long ago. It is 1:30 in the morning. The Gaffney, South Carolina Red Roof Inn at 3:20 a.m. All right, here we go. This is a plain ass room, but it doesn't smell like smoke and that bed looks pretty nice. Day 3 officially in the books, and we have to leave in about 5 hours to go to Duke. That drive is going to be 2 hours and 47 minutes. Sounds like a lot, but I was doing a little bit of reflecting on this hour and some change drive here, and I would still say, despite being physically a little tired, my spirits are still pretty high. I think each of the 3 stops we had so far have served different purposes. NC State, I got to spend a good amount of time with my buddy, a couple other creators. Probably the most social day that I've had. Wake Forest, they really went above and beyond to hook it up and made sure that I had a good time there, which I had a fantastic time with them. And then, of course, Clemson, that was really the most on my own I have been, but to see the top of college football, you can't pass up opportunities like that. And even though getting to Duke is a push, once we are done there, that'll be the earliest finish we have. Let's keep trucking. I'll see you tomorrow.